Now, there's earlier at the outset of the conversation, I mentioned that even infertility has an origin, has some degree of development because of insulin resistance. So, for example, erectile dysfunction is the most common form of male infertility. In fact, its connection to insulin resistance is so strong that just a few years ago, I was so struck by a title of a paper that had just been published, which stated something like, "Is erectile dysfunction the earliest manifestation of insulin resistance in otherwise young, healthy men?" Now, what is the connection? It's because in a normal erectile function, in order for the man to have normal erectile function, he has to experience a pretty dramatic increase in the size of the blood vessels in his body. The blood vessels expand, that increases blood flow, and then he has normal function. Part of that signal that tells the blood vessels that it's time to expand is actually insulin. And so this is what I said earlier, where insulin does so many things in the body, and we only think of it as being relevant to glucose, and that's not fair. Insulin does a lot of stuff, again, including telling blood vessels to expand. Now, unfortunately, in the case of this unfortunate man, his blood vessels become insulin resistant. So now it's insulin coming and knocking on the doors of the blood vessels saying, hey, it's time to expand and increase blood flow. But the blood vessels don't respond. They don't listen. So they stay constricted. Blood flow stays insufficient, and thus he has erectile dysfunction.
Look, I don't want to be insulin resistant.
No, no
So-
one does. No one does.
So tell me how it happens.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So the origins are so important because it helps us understand why we've gotten into the situation we are, where it's the most common problem worldwide.